Hey guys, it's Justin again with another unboxing video. Before I get into this, I do want to say I'm sorry for all the unboxing videos and all the other random nonsense lately. Not as many whips and tutorial stuff as I've been normally doing, but I've been a little busy. But I figure I'd give a little bit of background before I get too far ahead of myself. This is something I ordered back when I first moved down to Carolina, and this went up, and it was actually a pre-order. And I didn't realize that it was a pre-order. But I bought it, and I bought another resin kit from G-System. This is a G-System original. And they were both pre-orders, so I had to wait until they were finished with pre-orders and then being printed to get it. So I'd say about 4 or 5 months went by, and here it is finally. I was actually starting to get a little worried there at the end, but here it is. So I've got a couple projects I'm working on right now. 3 commissions, 3 of them are commissions, and a quick contest build I'm going to do, which I need to get working on. But I figure with this guy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and set this guy aside, and if I ever catch myself with a little bit of free time, or if I'm, feeling particularly drained from working on, any of the other stuff, I will take this guy out and start working on it a little bit, and then maybe once a month, I will give you guys an update on where it is. That's the plan. So this is going to be a really slow build, really long project, but it should be a fun project. So with that in mind, I was going to let you guys vote on which kit that I was going to do, but I kind of decided with the help of my friend Nick that this was what was going to happen. So this is the GM3 Nouvel. This is a kit that I've been in love with basically since the moment I laid eyes on it. And one of the biggest reasons for that is it's a big resin GM, and I love GMs, and there aren't any resin GM kits out there, so this is a no-brainer. Another reason I love it is it just looks awesome. It looks really nice. The legs are a little weird as far as proportions are concerned, but other than that, it's perfect. I think it looks fantastic. And it's a big expensive kit. It cost me a pretty good chunk of money, and when I first laid eyes on these guys, I was just like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to afford this. I'm never gonna own one of these, and I finally had the opportunity, so I had to bite the bullet and get it, and I'm super glad I did. So what I've done already is I've taken all the parts out. I've done part counts. I've made sure everything's in here, and everything is here. I'm 99% sure that everything's in here. So I didn't have to contact G-System or anything, but it's here. So we're gonna go ahead and do an unboxing. So here at the top, you've got G-System Resin Masterpiece Models. It's got the product code, the product description, overall kit height. It comes in at 29.7 centimeters. The head up to the head is 27.3. So I guess the 29 comes from the antenna and the shoulders. The shoulder to shoulder is 14 centimeters. It's 14 centimeters deep. It weighs 1.8 kilograms. It has got 262 parts. Well, that's just resin. There's also metallic pieces and plastic and stuff in here as well. It's got water slides, it's got photos, it's got all kinds of stuff in here. So this is a hefty kit. This is huge. On the sides of the box, you get gsystemshop.com. Same thing with the bottom, and the top has a sticker of the GM up close so you can see its menacing face. So I'm going to pop this guy open. And I guess we'll take a quick peek at this. This guy has it all. So we've got instructions. We have the parts layout showing all the pieces and stuff that are included in the kit. These are the white resin pieces. These are like a pure white. Then there's the red, the light gray, the dark gray, and another dark gray. I think this is the darker gray. And then these pieces are kind of like a little bit milky looking. And then these are plastic bits. These are aluminum coated parts. These are copper parts. These are metal thrusters, plastic rods, clear resin, poly caps, heat pressed masks, which I'm not excited to work with, a huge LED system which I have to find and order a what's it called, a plug for, because it has a chargeable battery. So you plug it in and it will charge up, and then when you're, you can unplug it to display it. We've got ABS injection, electroplated photo etch parts, and water slides. And then this goes straight into construction. So this is the knee joint up into the thigh. Then you assemble the back part of the heel into the ankle, and then you'll put the front foot of the foot together, and then put it all together. With this, you'll do, I think this is shoulder to elbow. You'll put the shoulder rockets together, and then you'll put the whole arm together around that. The shield's pretty straightforward. Gun's pretty straightforward. Hip binders are pretty straightforward. The backpack is going to be fun, I'm sure. I'm going to want to tear my eyes out when I'm done wiring all this together. But and then it shows how to wire and put the backpack and the chest and the hips and all that together with the head. And then finally the photo etch bits. Now, one of the cool things about this is that it actually is posable, I believe. I don't think it's like I can throw it up on an action base like a Bandai kit and play with it, but I think I'll be able to get some pretty basic poses out of it. I'm not really going to pose it too much. I probably might do like a couple little things here and there when it's done. But nothing too fancy because I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to spend all this time painting it. I'm not going to mess up the, so here's the one of the pictures of it. It's just it standing. There's a little, kind of actiony, not actiony, but it's like, it looks a little more dynamic. And then a shot kind of from the back a little bit. So really pretty. It doesn't have a lot of like piping detail and stuff like that sticking out through it, but it's got a lot of really pretty panel lines and stuff like that. And then last but not least, we've got the decal sheet, which I'm going to go ahead and point this out now. This is super cool. Each part is actually labeled for what it goes to. So this is for the shield, this is for the cockpit, shoulders, backpack, chest, the legs. It's all right here. And then all your generic warnings are down at the bottom. I think that's really cool. So the moment that you've all been waiting for. Go ahead and pop this guy open. And you will be able to see all the glorious majesty that this is going to be. So these are the plastic parts. This is mostly like frame stuff. This isn't the same G-System frame that Mechanicore uses. This is, I guess, like a different version or an older version. I think the G-System frame that they use for those is kind of reserved for like their larger kits, like the G-System Kshatriya. I think the Sananju uses it, and some of the other, like the bigger ones use. So here's the sheet of photo etch. Really, really nice looking photo etch. 2 layers. I think this is skirt detail and shoulder detail. There's vents for everything, grills, all these cool little metal things. So that's going to be really fun. I'm not really a big fan of photo etch, but I think it looks good. Here's all my wiring stuff. It's all pre-done for you, which is great. I just have to solder a couple small things together, I think, and it's good to go. So that shouldn't be too big of a problem, or too much of a problem. It should be pretty straightforward, I think. We've got metal thrusters, metal pipes, the inserts for the thrusters. We got some minus mold details, smaller thrusters, these little pin things. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure they go somewhere. Got a bunch of springs. I think these might be magnets. They are definitely magnets. I don't know what those are for either. You got a little bit of brass rod, you got a plastic rod, ton of springs, and some screws. These are little polycap things. These are going to definitely need some cleanup. These are the heat shrink parts. Again, I'm not excited to use these. I've heard nothing but horrible things about using these, but we'll see how it goes. So, first up we've got this is bag F2. This has got white resin in it. It's a bunch of these little kind of hanging pieces. These are the chest vents. Just vents, inserts, and stuff like that, mostly. Little details, stuff like that. We've got the clear resin, which looks super nice. It's very, very clear. There's the entire inside of the head, or well, the inside of the visor anyway, and that's got a lot of detail in it as well. And then there's some small resin pieces for the cameras on the gun, as well as the head, the Mohawk cameras. These are the rocket things in the hips. These are the cannon pieces on the shoulders. Some more vents. C2, these are gray pieces. It's like the backs of the shield, and some more of those pieces for that hulking, those hip booster things. Detail pieces, backs of the shield, you know, things that get plugged into other stuff. These look like maybe the back sides of the knees or something. I'm not sure if these are resin or if they're plastic. I think they're plastic. But this is like your hip joint. This is 100% a direct cast of a PG RX 78 2 shoulder. So that's kind of funny. But all this is like ratchet joints. So you put the springs in there, and you can move it, and it'll click and lock itself into place. More plastic. These are gonna have to be cut off and sanded smooth and all that. We have detail bits again. Some of this stuff looks familiar, and I'm kind of getting like Vietnam flashbacks from the Zer store. I think this is the neck, maybe. This one's open. So you can see like some of the quality is actually quite good. Gonna have to do some work around here and get some of the jagged edges off of here, but it shouldn't be too hard. The cast is actually pretty good. Very minor cleanup to do, and it shouldn't take too much to get it how it should be. This is also open. You can see how big the hands are. That's the gun holding hand. So it's pretty much PG sized. So you're gonna get a really nice big kit out of this. See if there's anything else cool in here that might be worth looking at. There's the knee joint. Again, I think that's definitely a cast of the RX knee, just kind of modified. Let's see. Oh, maybe that wasn't the knee. This looks like the knee. So I don't know what this came from or where it's from, but really nice looking. Lots of little details and stuff. I don't know how much of that I'm going to mask and paint, but maybe a little bit. So I guess next we'll look at the red stuff. We have Core Block, which is, strangely enough, a core fighter, which has been transformed up and folded up. There's the bottoms of the feet, lots to detail there. The chest looks really good, super clean. The huge shield, the red piece for the shield, and then here's the top pieces to those hip cannons, the rocket inserts for the shoulders, the collar for the neck, some other stuff. We've got the antenna, we've got the shield crest, we've got beam sabers, there's the face guard right there. Little cap pieces with minus mold details. I think these go on the sides of the chest, maybe? I can't remember. I saw them somewhere. This is open, so we can look at the skirts. Again, really nice looking. A little bit of texture, but not too much. Panel lines going all the way around. Looks fantastic. I really don't think this is going to be that hard to put together. I think the hardest thing is going to be getting everything on the frame and making sure all the pieces are straightened out and fixed, so that there's no warping and stuff like that. But once all that's finished, I think this will be a really straightforward build. So there's the size of that huge hip-mounted missile. This is the crotch piece. There's the tops of the shoulders, the waist, the back skirt, the leg thruster, very Alex, the calf, the shin, and like the lower leg that goes into the ankle. All really nicely done. It's really solid. Ankle guards. I'm not sure how I'm going to do those. This looks like a giant forehead crest, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So. And the last baggie in here is like the thighs. So this is like I said, it's going to be a really long project. It's going to take me, I would imagine, months and months to do, because I'm going to, I have to balance real life with doing all this as well. But it's going to be kind of a in-between project, so I'll chip at it here and there. I'll probably go ahead and put everything into separate bags next, so that I can do the legs, and then I can put the legs together, and then I can do like everything else, and then just kind of do it that way. Just because I feel like with larger projects like this, that's just a more efficient way to do it. So, be on the lookout for this guy. I'm not going to even show you the other kit that I got with this yet, because I don't want to put too much on my plate at once. So this guy's going to get done, again, slowly but surely. And then maybe when the summer's over, when the winter rolls around, I'll be able to start working on the Deep Striker. Maybe, we'll see. But this is the big one. So Oh, look, I timed that pretty good because I'm almost out of memory for my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I'm going to go play me some Dark Souls. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you're looking forward to me putting this monstrosity together. I'm certainly excited to put it together. I'm a little bit intimidated by it, but at the same time I don't think it's going to be a super big deal. But we'll see. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.